Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits. After a 2-week hiatus, this is Cloudpunk. How you doing, Max?
I'm pretty good tonight. I thought you were playing as Emmett for a second.
Fuck Emmett. Emmett's a nobody.
Bye, Emmett.
Emmett's a
Cold roll on Emmett.
Emmett is a sucker and a loser. Got wounded in some war.
Well, I'm doing pretty good tonight. How about yourself?
Good, good. A lot better than the Trump campaign, thank God.
I haven't been paying attention to any like crazy faux pas other than, you know, just shit he steps in every day.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is just his everyday shit, but this time it's, he said some really disparaging things about the military, which, you know...
Oh, right, yeah, that's right. And of course the White House is denying it, but it's like...
But it's like,
he's
it's coming from like multiple sources, all of whom heard the conversation, and so...
Yeah, this doesn't seem like one of those lipstick on a pig thing where it's easily dismissed. Like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. Like, this, it's coming from a lot of different places. I think the news is kind of picking it up. Like, yeah, this really kind of seemed like it happened. And he's said kind of disparaging things like on video where we've seen him, like, that they can't get rid of that. So it really shouldn't be too surprising. Like. No one can really say, oh, that doesn't sound like, he wouldn't say something like that. It's like, no, it sounds exactly like him. Like,
yeah, right. Like it's, and like the whole like no having wounded veterans in his military parade because nobody wants to see that.
Seriously?
Like, fuck you, dude. Seriously, like you know me, I'm not exactly like, you know, gotta support the troops no matter what kind of person.
Yeah.
But, like, for God's sake, they deserve some fucking respect.
Yeah, to like disparage them and call them losers if they die, that's just like evil.
I know, right? Like that's like openly, like blatantly evil. Like how do you even
straight
begin?
Up evil?
How do you even begin to defend that? Which of course the Republicans will, because they've never been about the military and they've never been about the Constitution. It's always just, you know, what can we take?
Yeah, they're gonna deflect and be like, oh, the Biden campaign's trying to, you know, change the story because blah blah blah.
Because he hates our troops. And then people are gonna be like, yeah, Biden does hate our troops.
Yeah, that's right. Almost forgot about.
Holy shit! Have you heard about how much Biden hates the troops?
I mean, are people's memories so short they don't remember what Trump was saying about McCain? Like,
oh my God, I know. Well, that's what
like
they're pulling back up right now.
I think he even said, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'll have to look back at it, and like you said, probably people are pulling it up, so it's probably easy to find right now.
Yeah.
But I swear he said something about a loser, like, well,
yeah.
he was caught, so
yeah, he
what
was
does that
caught,
say?
so he was a loser. Trump prefers the ones, the POW, or the veterans that were never caught. Those are Trump's. Those are Trump's boys, apparently.
Jesus Christ.
And like, again, you know, I don't know too many active duty soldiers, but I kind of wonder what they're thinking right now. Like, are any of them like, yeah, you know, my friends who died, they are a bunch of fucking losers, come to think of it.
Seriously.
There we go. There's Never Slow Joe. Now, how do I talk to him? Gotta find a parking space here, Max. I like how I can't just, like, call down to him from my car. Joe? Joe? Got a package for you. It may or may not explode.
I gotta sign back into Twitch. That was another one I had to change.
Wait, so Sarah says, wait, the Republicans have never been about the military pre-Trump. Well, yeah, pre-Trump, they claim to really, you know, be all about the military. But again, these are all just shows that they put on to, like, drum up a conservative American base. You know, like, if you love Jesus and your guns and America, you gotta vote Republican because we're the only ones that are protecting those things, right? Well, but now they have a president who's actively, like, you know, working against those, or at the very least, like, slandering the very things that they claim to hold sacred.
Yeah.
And what the fuck are they doing about it? Nothing. They're gonna fall in line and fucking vote for him again because Joe Biden is the end of America as they know it, apparently. I'm serious. Like, that's all it is.
Say that about everyone. Like, Obama was, I hate here, and it's such a common refrain, Obama was the worst president. It's like, fuck you, he was the worst president.
He was a fucking great president. Like, people who hate Democrats still, like, found something to like about Obama because he actually showed up and fucking did his job.
Yeah.
So how the hell do I park here? Do you see like an elevator or anything that would get me up here if I parked a level below?
Can you go below?
Yeah, I landed below just a second ago, but I'm not seeing anything that would bring me up here. Oh wait, okay, so are these purple things? These purple indicators, are those elevators? I think they are. They have up-down arrows, right?
Wait, I saw a purple vending machine, I thought.
Oh, is that a vending machine? Well, okay,
well,
so I think I'm supposed to park
You probably saw
below.
something I didn't, because I didn't see any arrows, so.
I think I'm supposed to park below in here. Let's try this. Boy, the controls in this game, like, if you don't play, like, exclusively this, they're really hard to remember.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see. Okay, I think I see a staircase of some kind over here. Nope. Boy,
Damn.
it's kind of like this city wasn't designed for pedestrians. They're like they all have to walk on these like little drawbridges with like moving traffic inches away
it's
from
like
them.
Catwalks everywhere.
All right, so do you see this thing, this icon here? This is the purple arrows. Is that not an elevator? Am I wrong? Can I jump?
I still don't see anything.
Yeah, me neither. I am wrong. So the green icon is.
Oh, are you talking about on the map?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you might be right. But are we? What is it? Are we on the wrong elevation or something?
Yeah. So this is the floor below, but I need to get up there somehow.
Yeah. There's not another floor below you, is there?
I think so. Hey, dealer.
You from the east, lady?
Drugs.
You're good.
Get your drugs. Got your drugs
Get
here.
your fresh drugs here.
Hot off the
Folks from
press,
East are
fresh
good with
drugs. Cocaine, PCP, LSD. Got your drugs. I wish I were British.
Oh my god.
For no other reason than the accent. Like,
what is the downside?
I would be like the most fucking. Hey, here we go. It is an elevator. Sweet.
Oh, shit.
All right, cool.
Would you be like Cockney? Would you be
Oh, I
more
would be like the most Cockney
10th Doctor? would you be like Scottish?
No, Cockney all the way. Like
You said British. You didn't say UK. Okay.
That's right. British is the broader term, right? Whereas English the broader term. Or are they synonymous?
I don't know. Because I feel like
No, I am currently.
there's not a
very
term
slow,
for
Joe.
just
You
the
got my
UK
converter?
other than the UK. It's like if you're Scottish, you're
Thanks, Cloud
from
Fun.
Scotland.
I'm
If
gonna
you're
give you the
English,
sold
you're
one.
from
It's busted,
Britain,
but
I
if you get
guess.
it back
Okay.
to Abbott, he can fix it up and sell
Thank
it
you
on
for
a good
kind of
handful
clarifying
bucks.
that.
These converters are worth a lot of money.
They sure are. I owe Emmett, so you make sure it gets back to him safe.
For a second there, when they had me approach that starting line, I was worried they were going to make me race, and that was not going to end well.
Race never slow, Joe. Yeah, that wouldn't go down well.
Early retirement. I'd go mad.
Well, it's not like there's like
Get
real
back to
racing
it.
mechanics in this. You can't
Thanks,
drift
Cloud Fun.
or
Yeah, I
and
can't
it's
believe
just
you
about
drive
not
around the
crashing.
city in that piece
Yeah.
of junk. You're braver than me, kid.
You shut the fuck
What
up,
do they
Joe.
call you?
Rania.
That's no good.
My name's
Oh,
no
shit.
good? What do you suggest?
To 2911, I'm gonna call you
What do you think?
darling.
I like it.
Oh God.
On the run,
good.
run,
On
yeah.
the run, yeah. I gotta go. I've got a race to win. I'll see you around.
Bye, Joe. I'll always remember you. Who is he?
Woo!
He crashes immediately.
Just see his car going down in a fireball.
He's like completely drunk. He's like trashed out of his skull. Oh God, Joe.
I am back.
Hey, talking
You're
dog.
all of that.
On the run, Rania. I don't like it.
I fucking
He's a
like
racer,
it.
not a poet, Katniss.
Are you going to take the old
That reminds me
car
of
back to the
another
mechanic man?
racer,
I'm
not a
not
poet.
sure.
That was another
If I
fucking
sold it,
thing
I'd make
that,
a
that
lot
happened
of
this
money
last week.
quick.
Don't
A
you get
colleague
in
of
trouble?
mine wrote a whole
I don't think
article
so.
about, you know,
The
how,
races are
you know,
illegal
we
and
can put all of
dangerous.
our stuff,
Joe
you know,
is an
aside
old
right
man.
now,
Maybe
and
he
everyone
can
just
stay
come
back to
together and
retire.
admit that we have to
If I
vote
get this
Trump
part
or
back
else.
to where I
And,
can sit on it.
he sent this out to like a whole bunch of guys.
Holy
Um,
shit, we have to put our stuff aside. if
Yeah,
we-
like
we
I know
look at
there's
this
a lot of
objectively.
division going on right now. There's a lot of hateful rhetoric and you know, like the whole thing. It could almost be a satire piece, like if this guy weren't deadly serious. But like,
Oh my god.
that's how it started out. Like, you know, now's not the time for political bickering. We need to preserve the union and come together and vote Donald Trump and encourage everyone in our congregations to do so. It's like, dude, fuck you. And like
Yeah,
that
it's
was
the
going to be my
bubble, dude.
response.
I really feel like all the stuff that we see, it's
Uh-huh.
either like they literally just aren't seeing it.
Uh-huh.
And at least not the amount that we are. And
Oh,
the
I
things
think
that do
they're in
slip
deep
into their
denial.
bubble. Yeah, the things that do slip into their bubble, that it is denial and it's twisted somehow to, the lib media,
Yeah.
how they'll
So
take any one gaffe.
So, like, he was trying to give us, like, a sermon in this email. And what he said was, he goes, the president's fallen under a lot of bad press lately for some of the stuff he said. This is all meant to distract you from the liberal atrocities being committed all around us. And he goes, Trump has never been about prose. He's always been a poetry man. I'm like, no, he fucking... What have you been listening to?
Seriously.
I've never heard anything even remotely articulate come out of that goddamn man's mouth. And it's just like... this dude's obviously a pastor. That's what I do for a living. And,
Yeah.
And I mean, I have so many problems with what he's doing. One, like, never once in this email did he fucking mention Jesus. I mean, there was no mention of it in this whole thing. And then
Yeah.
secondly, it was just this, like,
Hey,
this
everybody.
this
It's
horrible
drive
assumption that
convert.
we're
I don't
telling
know.
our congregations how to
Sure.
vote.
Yeah.
Like, oh my
That's no
goodness.
good. That's just no on its face. That's no
All
good.
right.
We should.
It wouldn't be
shouldn't
good if
doing
you were a
that.
bleeding
We
heart
are supposed to
Democrat,
pay
you
our
know? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, like,
You gave
use
the
a
heart to
pulpit
the
to tell
wrong
somebody how to
mechanic man.
vote.
We got paid for it.
Yeah.
Holy
and
crap.
Now Joe will stop racing.
But anyways,
Did
so,
you do it to
like,
help Joe?
fortunately,
I did it
like,
to help
my
all three of us.
my head pastor got it too, and he's like, wow. Go ahead and delete that and don't share it with anybody. I'm like, thank you. All right.
That's good.
But but I mean, like, so here's my thing. Like, I firmly believe that any pastor who uses, like, the well-being of people's souls to try to make a political stand of any kind is just reprehensible. Like,
It's
it-
very good.
Yeah.
you should
Hold on to
not
it for
be
now.
ordained
I've got
if what you
something I've
really
got
want
to
to do
do.
is be a politician. Like,
Another
that's
job.
just not cool.
No.
I have-
if you're
I have
about
to
give
think
me a
that
week worth of data,
it's
I need a coffee
they
first.
go that serious and using like people's souls and
Mhm.
that the conscience of our country is at stake, blah blah blah, because they actually believe it.
Oh yeah.
And a part of me, I mean, 99% of me is just pissed off, but a part of me is like feel bad for them. That's just like,
I don't.
You really do believe this, don't you? Like, what a scary world you must live in,
Yeah.
created from your own stupidity and just willful ignorance.
Right.
But still a
you know,
scary world.
There was a time where I might have felt bad, but like people in positions of leadership who behave that way, I don't feel bad anymore. Like,
I get
if like someone, like one of the higher ups, were to see that and be like, dude, you gotta delete this email and write an apology letter, I would be more than happy to read it, because like like I said, that's just, you should be able to get like moral and life advice from your pastor. They should not tell you like, this guy, this politician, he's gonna fix all your problems.
Yeah.
He knows Jesus.
And what kind of advice is? I mean, that no matter what, it's like, oh, we got to put stuff aside. No, that's going to divide people.
Yeah,
What if someone is coming to you for advice and
Mhm.
they are like, maybe they are going to vote for Biden and
Right.
they don't want to say that because they feel like it won't play well, and then they're hearing that from the pastor that they go to for
I know.
advice, and now they just feel internal conflict.
Well, and that's right. Well, or what's worse, they completely leave the synod entirely because like this clearly isn't a place for me.
Yeah.
And so right there, like the reason that I stick with the synod that I do is because I think that they have excellent, just wonderful biblical teaching. It's good
Yeah.
stuff when the people focus, on the actual biblical teaching, which is
Yeah.
where we ought to be focused. I would say as a pastor.
Yeah.
I don't usually put
And-
my pastor hat on during this show because the profanity and vulgarity. But at the same time, like, I can usually reconcile those two things fairly well because ultimately it's not about like what video games I play or like my potty mouth or anything like that, right? It's a matter of conscience and faith, right? And this guy equates conscience and faith with good old fashioned, not even 100-year-old modern America and conservatism, and it's ugh, I can't deal with it right now.
It is. And
Why is
somewhat
parking in this game
confusing.
like this game doesn't have puzzles? It has like find the parking space.
It's because you don't live in the future, man.
Yeah,
You know,
right, like-
people know what they're doing.
Seriously.
You're from the 2000s.
I'm just gonna just drop the damn package. Okay, so let's see here.
You were
So this
like
is a
burning
walking
these
route
people's
here,
skin
right?
with your plasma or whatever technology they fucking
Right.
use.
You have to imagine like the people who are here right now have got to be freaked out. Like, oh my god, what's she doing?
Yeah,
What's she doing with that car?
they definitely think you're on something.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's not even following like the Neo signs. She's
on
not
some
in the
juice.
what are these called? The lightways. She's just fucking drive wherever she pleases. Okay, so like any part.
It's like the giver situation. Like they can't understand how you're even off the lightways.
Right. Oh my, it's Wally. It's just fucking Wally.
Yeah.
Dude, do you own the Blu-ray of Wally?
Yes.
Have you ever watched the Bernie short?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's fucking funnier than any part of the actual movie. You,
Really?
Like, do yourself a favor, like after Play the Hits tonight, wake Addie up, pop in Wally, and just 5 minutes before you go to bed. It's like a 5 to 10 minute short. Just watch fucking Bernie. It is the
Bernie?
Burn
Is it-
Burn dash E.
Is it one of the
It's one of the
on
robots that
ship?
help Wally on the
Okay.
ship. Yeah, he's like a little maintenance dude. Oh, I guess that was it. Huh, cool. He's like a little maintenance robot, and like he's kind of like supplementary to the main story. But like Wally and like all of the wreckage and carnage that he leaves behind just make this poor robot's life a living hell. It's the
Oh, he's
funniest-
the one that cleans and
No,
Oh,
like
it's
you
not
don't
that
see
one.
him as that's Mo. Mo is the little scrubby one.
Oh,
Bernie
that's
is like a
right.
mechanic, and so like
Gotcha.
it's the funniest freaking thing. You got to see it.
Okay, I'll watch it.
I can't believe you've
Welcome to
not
Neo's
seen
Neo
that actually.
Cafe.
Hey, Ned.
I'm Neo. What
That's
can I
Neo.
Oh, Neo. That was
Neo,
Ned.
you look
eh?
different. Get yourself a coffee. Okay, mission
good.
complete. Hey, I've got $900. I can go buy myself that that cactus for my apartment.
Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah.
this, Neo.
Have a
Wasn't there-
spectacular day.
So,
Like a
is it just me or is
console system
Neo's
that you could buy for the apartments?
Neo's exosuit a little bit disturbing?
Does he have a heart around his crotch, or what's going on
Elvis?
there?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, so this game got updated since we first
Dennis,
played.
why
You
are
can go in
calling
first
me?
person
Oh,
now.
really?
I'm on
Yeah.
a coffee break here.
I
Wow.
have a reason.
Pretty tight.
Wait, wow.
Is the reason that you don't like being alone?
It works
Yes,
like
that
this
is
would have
it.
been just a
Is it
feature
okay?
that the
It's
game
fine.
shipped with.
I'm glad
Right.
of the company.
This game is
I mean, I'm
freaking
not
beautiful.
saying it's like the best
I've
looking
never
thing
worked
ever,
night
but
shifts
it's just
before,
like okay.
Dennis.
But it's
Coffee
great.
creates
I mean,
real
this is
And
really
it-
good.
Actually stay
Yeah.
awake. You would
I love like the
understand. You won't
Legos
see.
meets, modern
I see.
graphics meets dystopian future.
I guess you go
It's
offline
it's
and
weird, but
recompile
I
your
dig
source
it.
code.
You know,
That's a bit like
the
sleeping.
Lego. The
I
only
sleep.
aesthetic I see is like the people with the Lego.
Okay,
Yeah.
I heard you.
Yeah, you're right. Like
And this
it's
is-
almost like one of those pointillism paintings. Like the
I found
further
three
back
Yeah.
you get, like the more realistic it all looks.
Chemistry.
It's
This
yeah,
is
and
bad.
it's
Like
when
from
you
here,
get
like
close.
holy shit, right?
It's
And then you
not
get
that you
close, and it's like,
can't
oh,
do
okay,
it, it's
to the
cartoony. That's
people
all
in
right.
and it's just
Dry.
surprising. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we let the generic automata take care of this part?
Max, I
Maybe
forgot
we'll
where I
offline for a
parked.
bit.
I think I'm over here. Oh god.
Everything's so neon and futury.
And the one thing I will say is that the hub map there
All right,
doesn't do a
Mr.
whole lot for
Personality.
you.
Tell me what we know
Yeah.
about Cora now.
It's I've been looking at that map and it's
points of
definitely
origin for
confusing to
Korra.
me.
2. Deprecated and accessible only via the
Hello,
underweb.
Cash. Oh,
Warning.
I can't just
your
steal money.
automata was detected
You
accessing
haven't,
this
you haven't,
information and
popped
your
in Nier
identity was
Automata, have you?
compromised.
no,
Shit.
still have not.
Well,
No,
too late to do
don't, no
anything
guilt,
now.
no shame. It's all
Tell me what
good,
you
but
found.
And you're gonna hate me
I-
now. I
Official
beat
date
Ghost of
first.
Tsushima, and then over the
Korra
weekend,
is a
Connor and I
term
picked up the
colloquially
Avengers.
used by citizens of Nimbus
Oh, yeah?
to
What do you
refer
think?
to the combination
Oh,
of
dude,
AI
it's
and
real. So,
mechanical systems,
like, all of the
which
criticisms
manage
about it are
logistical
absolutely
and
valid.
financial
Like,
systems
they're
throughout the
constantly like
city.
trying to tempt
Knew
you with
that much. Go on.
microtransactions and like
As
the
an
Oh, really? I
online
actually
play-
never heard about that.
Yeah, and so the online play aspects of it seem really repetitive.
Yeah.
But like the actual like single player campaign, freaking awesome, dude. It's like
That's
being
what
in a
I've
Marvel
heard.
movie.
And that's what people are saying. Like
But like
this
it
game
constantly
was
reminds
mostly
you.
getting negative press,
Mhm.
like as it was before it actually came out, and then
Yeah.
like the beta came out, and people were like, okay, the gameplay, like it was like 50-50, like okay, this is all right, or it's still I'm not excited about it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and
it's
the
not like
game
the
was
tightest
just-
action game I've ever played, but it's really good.
Example.
It really seemed like it was destined to
I
be like a
checked my
meh,
balance
like
and
a
then
7
all
out of 10 at most.
That's about what I'd give it.
But But then
There are
when
actually more data
when it
points
actually
for
came
core?
out and people started playing the single player
Yes.
campaign,
One
I think
from
people were
Steam
really
Archive and
surprised by
Data
it.
Pool.
And
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh,
it's
it's
great.
actually a
Another
tight
from a
first like
paper-based text
campaign.
called
But see, to me,
The
7 out of
Jesus,
10 is
a
great. You know,
pseudo-historical
like,
book
Yeah.
scaled
like
Well,
that's a
OCR
well put together game. It has no like fundamental flaws that sully the experience. But you know, it could be a little more polished, or the mechanics could be a little like dodging is ass in this game.
Yeah.
Like, forget about dodging.
Who have you
Like,
played as?
So you can play as anybody. Well, I mean, the main Avengers. It's Hulk, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Black Widow, and then the newcomer is Ms. Marvel, who's a really cool character.
With the like big hands and big
Yes.
feet, or
Yeah. But they come at it from a really cool angle, so it's like her origin story. So you like play as her when she's like this like really young fangirl of the Avengers, and then like something goes wrong and she gets superpowers, and like years later she's like trying to reassemble the Avengers, like after
Gotcha.
something bad happens, which you know is no surprise because they show it to you.
I know, I already saw. Yeah, like what Captain America dies.
Yeah, that's like in the first 2 minutes of the game, so it's not even
Yeah.
a spoiler. And they like I said, they showed it at E3, so.
I was about to say, yeah, spoilers, I guess, but yeah, if people haven't seen a year-old trailer yet,
That's on them.
That's
Yeah.
it? I don't know how this relates.
But no,
to
it is a really good game. But like, you know how most games are
further
like,
data
okay, so
available.
you can do
copy
cooperative
of that
play and
exegesis thing to
multiplayer,
local
and
storage.
oh, here you can buy this new costume if you
If I
want.
get a data violation,
Yeah.
And that's
I
all
don't
like
know
on the
who's
start
access.
menu, and then if you
And
just
bring
select
Canvas
single player
back
campaign,
online.
it doesn't really come up again.
Activating custom
Yeah.
automata
In this game, it's like,
personality
okay,
with
mission
Canvas.
select, ready, set,
you
go,
find out
and it's
about
like,
Core?
okay, but also connect to
More
the
or
online
less.
server and invite a
I don't
few
know what I was
friends,
hoping
or
for.
buy this new gear that
You
it's
get
really going to help
food
you
too?
out.
so they're a little pushy.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's like
Camus, have a
so
look at the
it's
cafe
way
menu.
more
Do
in
you
your
see
face
all the
than
different
and maybe
types?
if like you play a bunch
you
of
drank
looter
coffee,
shooters, you might
what
be
type
used
would
to
you
it,
order?
but I don't. And so like
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
donut
guys,
coffee?
I get it. It's
That's
like
not
almost hard to
really-
navigate the main menu
no.
around all of
Is that
like
something
the
dumb?
online crap
Actually, Camus,
and emblems
I think donut
and
coffee
gear
sounds
and
pretty
costumes and
Yeah.
and online only missions and things like that it's like always in your freaking face.
And that's why I don't see myself getting into it, is because the single player campaign, sure, like I've heard good things, I would be down for that, but I wouldn't be in it for the long haul.
Well,
That's
the cool thing is you can actually do the single player campaign entirely co-op if you want. So
Yeah.
I could see you and me doing it. That would be fun.
I would be totally down for that.
Like
I
you be
just-
Hulk,
I
I'll
don't
be
think I
Iron Man
could-
or something, and just fucking tear it up. But you know.
I don't think I could do $60, like justify spending that much money on.
Oh
on
well, that's
just
the thing
that.
though. Like the single player campaign is pretty robust. Like it's not like an introduction to the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it so jarring, because it's like they obviously took a lot of care and detail and crafted this beautiful like world and story, and like the graphics are some of the best on the freaking PS4
Yeah.
when it's good. But like there's also these like sometimes in like the main story they'll deposit you into an area that's very clearly like it's wide open and there's a bunch of robots and like far off checkpoints
No,
and things
why?
to find, and like, oh, this was meant to be like a multiplayer arena, but they
gotcha.
throw it in as like padding for the main story, like sometimes.
Bombings?
Yeah.
And so you can really tell the difference like between like the more linear levels that were clearly created to be like showpieces
Everything
and
okay,
you know
Control?
like develop the story, and like, okay, so this mission is just filler, like go get the MacGuffin so the
Yeah,
Avengers
yeah.
can fly to Paris and you know fight
Yeah.
on the Eiffel Tower or something, you know.
Things will get better after tonight. I promise.
So it's kind of funny because like some missions just like blow you away with like their presentation,
What's
and
your
other
name,
ones
Control?
almost look like they could be like PS2 levels. You know?
Gotcha.
Like they're
Just
flat and
Is something
open
going wrong
and
over there? You sound.
I mean,
I've heard
they
it's
still
about
look
like
good, but-
8 to 10 hours for the campaign.
yeah, I
But I-
could see that.
Okay.
I think
What you got?
they got some of the writers from like Naughty Dog or something that have done like Uncharted games. And,
Yeah, it's
and
actually
Last
really
of Us.
funny because the guy who plays Nathan Drake
Where
is
does
Tony
the
Stark.
escalator go?
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
Like he doesn't even like try to do a Robert Downey impression because like how could you?
Yeah.
But what's funny
the
is
more they
like he
try to
basically
be the
just did the
MCU,
what's that?
One more thing.
the more
Yeah?
they try to be the MCU, people are going to compare it to the MCU, and it's going to fall short no matter what.
Right.
So they got. I'm glad they got Miss Marvel in it. Like you can tell.
Yeah,
they're,
she's
they're trying
actually
to strike
like a
different
real
tone.
highlight. Like you know, usually like
Press
the
X, Control.
sometimes like it feels like they lay it on a little thick, like, okay, so she's just a fangirl who's like deposited into this universe, right? But other times, like when the story's like actually focused on her and not like, wow, I'm in Iron Man's basement, and like then it's really good. But there are a few moments like that where it's like, okay, I get it. Like I'm supposed to be gushing over the fact that I'm fighting with the Avengers. Because she's supposed to be like the stand-in for all of like the 12-year-olds playing this game. It's like, wow, and it's like, oh my god, it's Hulk's
Wow,
it's Hulk's original science lab. It's Iron Man's guitar, and holy crap, Captain America's shield. And like that happens a lot, but not so much that it like takes you completely out of it. But it's like, okay, I get it. This is Avenger Land. I understand.
So is she kind of the main character?
She is
at
the main
least for
character,
a while.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And like that's not that the other Avengers don't get developed. I think they did themselves a real favor by keeping the main roster relatively small. Like if you had like the entire like Doctor Strange and Ant-Man and like everyone else, that like it would have like for one thing the combat would have felt like way too generic. The neat thing about it is like depending on who you're playing as, like Hulk feels proportionally completely different from playing as Iron Man, right? As well he should. But that wouldn't be the case if they had too big of a roster.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to turn it into like an Ultimate Alliance game or something, which fun party games, but they're not known for their depth.
No. And that's the thing. Like the cool thing about this one is like you could have people who like feel more drawn to like the Iron Man style of gameplay, which is almost more like a shooter, right? And he's like zipping across the stage, like raining havoc from above, whereas the Hulk is just a tank, right? He's just absorbing damage and like berserking and crushing things. And all right, what am I supposed to be doing here? Collect Gil's belongings. Where's Gil's belongings?
Gil.
Oh, there's Gil.
There we
Whoops.
go.
Delivery person?
Thought I was supposed to go in there.
Rania, yeah, I'm to take your package.
Oh,
It's everything. My limbs, calm.
It's not gonna fucking explode, is it?
Everything I own.
seems like it's been a common theme of this game.
Gil, look at me. Never shit a shitter. Is this gonna explode? Look me in the fucking eyes right now, Gil.
Yeah.
And tell me, is this package gonna fucking blow up in my car?
I gotta take the shot. I get to go above the clouds.
Is it safe?
I don't care. It's
Sure,
above the
yeah.
clouds.
Of course.
But yeah, overall, like,
Okay then. Good luck,
and I would say
guess.
the main campaign is probably a
thanks.
little bit longer than 10 hours, because
Maybe
I would say I've
around.
probably poured about
Maybe.
5 to 6 in, and it claims I'm only 20% done with the main campaign.
Oh, okay, snap.
But I have been doing some side stuff. Like, if you really want to just blitz the main story, sure, maybe 10 to 12 hours. But, like, the game's really... It's one of those things where, why would you?
Met that guy going on
Yeah.
the Ascension. Is he really going through with it?
He
Yeah,
says
there's
the
not because
Ascension
like once
takes
you're
them to
done,
Spire.
like
Yeah. It's not quite like Persona 5 levels of, like, the side quests are, like, integral to the main plot.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, fucking do them
Then
and,
what?
give yourself more of a fighting chance and
Well, then he
develop
falls a
the
few miles
cast a
down
little
into the
bit.
sea.
Who would
Because,
know
like, a
that
lot of the
escalator
side
goes
missions
to
are,
You think
they're
everything in the city is
like
logical?
hero journeys or something like that. So like Iron
None of
Man's
this makes
redemption,
sense.
Bruce Banner
The city
finds a
AI has
scientist who
gone
betrays him, and
He said
like
it
why
was
wouldn't
safe.
you do those?
Before
Yeah.
he gave you all his
You'd be like missing out
possessions?
on
knew.
major sections of the story featuring the characters that make this game
I don't
come
get it.
alive. So
You lived outside Nevada,
do you find
right?
yourself
You've
do you
seen
know
the
anyone
sky.
else who has it?
Got that
Or do you find yourself just like
Not
one
not right now. I'm
gonna do
pretty
the
much doing a
co-op?
pure single player.
But imagine
Like
Gotcha.
I did do like the like find a random teammate thing, and it worked out okay.
How's
I
this
feel like
under
I held them
control?
back a little bit, which is always my fear in co-op multiplayer games. Like I'm gonna be like the weak link.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Because I was like
Yeah,
still
I
learning
can't
the
play
controls
with
with the Hulk,
randos.
and like it's like oh shit, I'm dead
Are you
again.
a poet
Guys,
now?
can you revive me?
You know it.
God damn it!
What should I do with his possessions?
How many people can play at once?
Well,
I think there's 4 to a mission.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So if you got anything,
but it works. So like if there's only 2 of you, you can fill it in with AI companions,
about
which
his
do a
family?
great job. Like it's not like other AI games where like they just stand there and like let you kill everything. Like they're actively engaged in the fight.
That's good.
but
Yeah.
I knew if he gave you something, I'd have to tell you.
To the point where like okay, I kind of wanted to kill that guy, but whatever. Thank you, Iron Man.
He sounded different. Are we going to take Gil's things back to Cloudpunk HQ?
Oh,
Well, everything's packaged.
oh God,
and
I gotta find a
postmarked.
gas station.
So, if
Oh,
we
shit,
dropped
you
him
have
at the mail
gas
office,
and you're
Yeah.
running
he'd
out?
get back to his family, and Cloudpunk would never know.
But maybe it would be good for us to give it to Cloudpunk. And if we broke the rules, we could get
Oh,
in
so
trouble.
we have another
Or get
choice.
Mr. Control in trouble.
Quiet for now, chemist.
Drop it into a mailbox or take it to Cloudpunk. What do you think? Are we a company man, Nick or Max?
What? Why
company
does
man.
Cloudpunk want Gil's stuff?
Fuel
Is
warning.
Gil a
I don't know.
criminal?
Fuel warning.
Okay,
We
I know.
need
I'm trying to
stop
find
it
a
again.
gas station. Leave me
I can
alone.
keep going a bit longer, but if we don't top up soon, our main repulsors will go offline.
All right, let's see here. Map. I don't see a gas station. Do you?
Gas. I'm trying to see the gas.
The gas. I think it looks
Oh,
like
gas
a gas
station's
canister.
red.
There's one.
So that one.
Yeah. So it's due
Yeah,
left of
none,
me.
none around you.
It's all right.
Fetus.
Did you say fetus?
Yeah, there was a fetus on a sign.
Okay.
He was like
Oh, yeah, I
rocking
think it was
a
supposed to be a
head
stripper.
sport band or something. What?
I think it was supposed to be a stripper.
No shit.
I'm in love with the fetus. Oh God. Oh, that sounds. That song is even.
Did you just get a chill and feel dirty?
I did. That song is even worse when you make it about fetuses. I mean, I hated that song when it came out. Don't get me wrong. But...
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Sucks to be that guy. All right, we got fuel. Speaking of fetus.
Speaking of fetuses.
Oh, God.
Good to know we both have warped minds.
Yeah, right. We're both going to hell. Oh man, gas is not cheap.
Yeah, I saw
This
that.
really
just
is
like,
the dystopian Trumpocalypse.
No more cactus for you.
All right, so what should we do, Max? What do you think?
I say drop it in the mail.
Yeah,
Gil
like
seemed
do
like a
what he
stand-up
paid us
guy.
to do.
He,
Fuck you,
he
Cloudpunk.
seemed alright.
I got the feeling Cloudpunk's gonna screw us anyways down the road.
Yeah,
so.
right?
And,
Also,
you
they
know,
put you in
the
a tight
first time-
position at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, right. The first time we did what they wanted us to, and a whole bunch of people died. So now we've learned our
Right.
lesson a little bit. God damn it! This is another one of those goddamn parking things.
This is the challenge of the game, isn't
This
it?
is the challenge of the game: park and then fucking go on foot and deliver the rest of it. Like, figure out how to navigate
Yeah.
this horrifying dystopian.
Haven't these people heard of drive-bys?
Right? Like, maybe I could drop it in the mailbox from this height, you know? Oh, swing and a miss, Chris.
just like, whoop, just swinging it, trying to
Yeah,
aim
right.
it.
Come on, get in there. Alright, so let's see here. We're going this way.
So, have you heard about Witcher 3 for the next gen?
Yeah,
That's
so like
coming out on a disc, but also as a free update.
yeah. So like two things, like a week before that was announced, it turned out there's like this massive fan overhaul coming to the PC version.
I felt so bad.
Yeah,
like, I
and-
saw
and
that and I was
looks
so
amazing.
excited.
Can't do it.
And then like a week
And-
later, CD Projekt Red announces, yeah, we're just gonna give it a fucking away for free if you already bought the game and it's gonna look beautiful.
Care.
Like,
Yeah,
okay,
as soon-
cool.
I saw the fan thing, and it seemed like, you know, the YouTube videos of like wiping, and then here's the updated one. And aside from like the iron barrels, like pretty much every texture, I was like, wow, this looks really good.
I know.
And then yeah, it was like what, 6 days later or something, that CD Projekt Red was like, oh yeah, we have like the next gen version basically.
Yeah.
Like not even like, oh, it's kind of optimized or something. It's like, no, here's freaking like ray tracing, you know, 4K graphics. I guess they already had that, but
Mhm.
here's the ray tracing, quicker loading times. Oh, and it's gonna be free. It's just like, oh shit. Like I feel bad
yeah.
for the guy that probably spent years doing this by himself or with a small team. Like
Are you sure you're
kind of took
okay?
the wind out of his sails a little
What
bit.
is
Yeah.
wrong with him?
Hopefully, I mean, I'm
He
sure it
said
was a
some
passion
words.
project, and he's
He
doing it
sounds
to,
strange.
you know, be
Like
seen
he's
and,
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
confused.
as a way to make a name for himself, have it for his portfolio, someone pick him up, whatever. But
it'll be
it would
kinda-
have been a lot bigger splash if
Yeah.
Where am I going?
CD Projekt Red wasn't, you know, didn't have their own next gen version in the wings. Whoa,
Oh, that guy got pretty snappy.
whoa, oh snap! I mean, I just saw you crash, and then
I
I
did.
saw Control.
Well, I was
being-
paying attention to what he was saying, and I didn't.
What did he say? Do your goddamn job.
Yeah,
Like,
he got like really snippy with me after that one.
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, Witcher 3. Like, I would be interested to see like how CD Projekt Red's like official like update of it on the PS5 looks versus like the fan overhaul PC version.
Yeah, I'd like to know too if like
Because like CD
one is
Projekt Red
clearly
loves their
better.
fans and they love like people modding their game. Like they're not offended by that at all.
yeah, they
So,
were
like,
never gonna shut it down.
Yeah, if anything, they'd probably like post a tweet about it. Like I'd be curious to see like them side by side.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure there'll be a YouTube of that like
Oh,
in
yeah.
a few months.
A few weeks. if the PS5 were coming out in a few weeks.
Yeah, I wish. Well, I mean, what they announced, Xbox pretty much blew their load, announced everything. What,
Yeah.
yesterday? Today?
Do we have a price on the PS5 yet?
No, not yet. But I have to think this month. There's no way they're gonna go past September.
Yeah.
without
Well, like,
a-
and we
a
can't even
price and a
pre-order it
date.
yet, can we?
No, they have like a what do you call it? An emailing list where it's like, oh, we're gonna let our biggest PlayStation fans pre-order the PS5,
Oh damn
and
it!
they obviously haven't said like what constitutes that. Something about activity or how much
Uh-huh.
money you spent on the PlayStation Store. I'm sure.
Damn it!
But I signed up for it to see if and if they choose me, they'll email me and say, hey, now's the time to get your pre-order. But I haven't heard anything.
Suddenly, like a little envelope comes in your mail. You know, it's like, what would you do for a PS5? And like has instructions to like this warehouse. You gotta
Has a
fight.
gun.
There's a knife. You know, you gotta fucking fight these dudes. It's like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. Like, oh man, we have 5 winners. Max, congratulations, you've entered into the Thunder Round. What's the Thunder Round? He unzips his pants. Let me show you.
I thought it was gonna involve a dome of some kind.
Right? Oh, it does. Well, I'm stupid here. Let's see.
I think it's kind of funny.
Welcome
You
to
actually
the Thunder Round, baby. Sorry, you were saying.
It's like Parappa the rapper or something.
You gotta suck Parappa.
You just gotta
Now
suck off
suck,
Parappa.
blow.
Suck,
Okay.
blow. It's all in the mouth.
It's all in the mouth. Let me show you what I'm fucking talking about. Suck, blow. I'm not done yet.
Oh god. I miss Parappa and Jammer Lammy. Those are good games.
Well,
man.
you missed the Parappa you knew as a child. This ain't your grandpappy's Parappa. Dude, did you see Tony Hawk 1 and 2 came out?
Yeah,
When it
I
came
saw the
out?
reviews, and I saw like the demo with warehouse stage. I'm so glad that this game is getting like really good reviews because the Tony Hawk series needed to win. Like,
Yeah, dude. I mean, I loved Tony 1 through 3, and they kind of
Yeah.
lost me after Underground. You know, like, but
Yeah.
these are like the ones that I grew up with, and I love them.
I'm here to pick
I
up
heard Tony Hawk
something.
4 wasn't bad.
Yes, you are
that
here to take
I think
our
4 added
original
like some
Corvette.
mechanics that
Huh?
really helped the series, but I never
Yeah.
played it. 3
It's
was
okay,
like my
Tim
jam.
dear. You'll be
See,
taking
like
me
1
and
and 2
Mr.
were
Butler
mine.
too.
Like it was
I
so
don't
simple.
think I'm
Like
supposed to take passengers.
3 was good, but I
What is all
thought
this
that they
nonsense?
started to like
Mr. Octavius Butler,
get a little
this
too
was all
complex.
supposed to be arranged.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is great
Didn't
for
you
like
tell
people who are
Carl
really
that we
super into
simply
those
can't
kinds
let
of
this
games. But like
painting
I just
Yeah.
enjoyed like kind of the
I did, my love. I
fun
did.
simplicity,
There must be some
just
confusion.
chaining like
I'm
basic
sure
tricks
our
together in
young
creative
driver friend
ways,
will
right?
consent to take us.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
It
if
won't
you
be
really
a
get
problem,
into
and
those,
we'd hate
the
to
new
raise a
mechanics, I'm sure they
complaint.
help with
Is
that, but I
not
didn't.
right, young miss?
I guess so.
Yeah, I was never really that good at it, but it was still
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
I don't know. Tony 1, I was legitimately good at for a while.
Yeah.
Apparently, Trisha and the
I was good at like the
Joneses
warehouse.
moved in next door
Because
already.
I played the hell out of the
And
demo
I
before I
don't
actually,
want her
played the
spreading
game
gossip
proper.
about our
Right.
new
Well, the
home.
fun
And
thing
you
about
couldn't like
Smells
Go ahead.
you couldn't like
fish.
advance at all. Like you couldn't like get any better basically, but it was you could play the hell out of that first stage and you
Hey,
could
we
like
finally have
go
human
around
cargo.
the entire
Cozy.
warehouse.
I've
Like
never been in a
2
vehicle
minutes you could
this.
like
Very
basically
retro.
grind and never stop grinding.
Very nice
Yeah.
indeed. Do you
So
understand
like
this, young lady, or
Tony
should
1,
we
what was
speak
cool about that
slower?
game
I
was
understand
using like the
fine.
built-in mechanics, like not even like
You
glitching
must
the
be
game or
very
anything, but just
curious,
like,
are you not?
you know, if
Have a
you
woman
find like
me
the
and
right
an
jump
android
and
like
chain
Mr.
together the right
Octavius
combos,
Butler
like you
meant.
can blow
Sure.
apart like the mission like the actual game objectives
Well,
in
I
like
can tell
2
from your
seconds. Like that's
accent that
fully
you're not from the
possible.
city.
Like,
We're quite
just do like a
enlightened here,
fucking
you know.
900 and
Isn't
then
that right,
like
Mr. Octavius Butler?
go
That's
down
right,
this
my
hill
love.
and do a fucking another one and you're
Some
done.
might
And
say
I
that
they
Mr.
definitely
Octavius
knew that
Butler is
because some of the
human-facing,
challenges in these
I don't
games.
care
Like,
about that.
to
I
score
love him
millions
for
of
who
points
he
in like
is
2
inside,
minutes are
Yeah.
kind of
not his
insane.
outer
Right.
skin is made
Well, and
of.
later games, like, they
Power
realize that and
cost.
it's like, okay, let's make this an objective. Well, it's not as much fun if it's an objective. Like I like to feel like
Yeah.
I have transcended what the game intended for me to
What
do.
they, yeah. Oh man. I'm
Oh,
just
you
thinking of
are
like when you
hilarious.
said
What was
transcended the
saying?
game.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't feel
We
this
met
way, but at the
a
same
charity
time,
fundraiser.
I'm
We both work for
one
Life
trophy
Corp.
away from
I'm in
platinum,
HR, and
platinuming
Mr.
Celeste,
Octavius
which would be
Butler
my
Oh,
second
really?
platinum.
acquisitions.
I don't platinum
We
games.
had
I don't play them
executive
like
offices
to
next
the
door.
point where I
We
destroy
started
them,
meeting
but
for
Yeah.
coffee,
Celeste
and
is such a
one
good
thing
game,
led to
and I got it on the
another.
Switch like
Wow.
years ago.
Nice.
And
But
now,
once the
just
physical
a
copy
week
came
until
out,
our
I had to
fifth
get it on the
anniversary,
PlayStation. Like
we're on
the
our way
You
controller
get
is
the one with like
much
the
more
strawberry or whatever
Are you
that comes in the
happy for
package,
us?
or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I got you.
Definitely.
Or did they
It's a
all?
nice,
We're suddenly
it's a nice
happier than the
package.
family that's
LOL.
moving out.
Oh, don't start
But
all that
it's the
again.
game is so
This
tight, dude.
area is
Like
up and
just
That's what I
really
keep
tight
hearing.
controls.
The people living
It-
there
it's
can't
like-
afford
it's like a
it,
more
and they
chill
wouldn't
Meat
fit
Boy,
in
right?
Either.
Yeah, it's like
gentrification.
I guess
They're forced out instantly
not as
instead of being
quick,
pushed out
you could
over
say,
months and years.
as
But more
Meat Boy,
more
but
deliberate.
it's like
it's more
80% is
puzzle
quick.
driven.
What's that?
So like Meat Boy is really reflex driven, and like from what I understand, Celeste is more like
It's a
you've
short,
got to
sharp
map
shot.
your way through
But it's
this
for the best for everyone.
through
Yeah,
this
kinda-
segment, right?
Kind of figure out, okay, what am I gonna do? So kind of sort of puzzle, but very rarely is it like,
Freedom to
wait, how the
disappoint
hell do I
people
do?
who can't plan
like-
for a future.
Okay, I
That's
gotta do
just
that.
life
Then I
in
gotta.
Dallas.
Oh, I
If you
died.
don't
Oh,
like
I'm not supposed to
it,
dash
someone
that
else.
far.
Yeah.
Dash
Not everyone
diagonally
is suited
instead.
for
Blah blah
life
blah.
in the
So
city.
kind of
Some
puzzle.
people need to live here.
Because
And
yeah,
you
Meat
come back
Boy is.
instantly from
Maybe
dying,
in the
right?
nice places.
Yeah, yeah, you
But
do,
who
just like
needs
Meat
to
Boy.
live in the
And Meat Boy,
filth
yeah,
of the
you never
No one
had to stare
stays
at Meat
there
Boy and be
without
like,
good
wait,
reason.
how do I do?
And
You
the
Yeah,
just
no,
did
like
it. You knew what to do.
if you like stopped and looked around, you were
With
doing
some
Meat Boy
scheme or
wrong.
other
Yeah,
to make their
it was
way
Meat Boy
up
was
to the
just like,
spire.
yeah, very hard.
That's the Novalis
But
dream.
the main
Our
story of
society has a
Celeste gets
million
pretty
slots,
difficult,
and each must
but
be
it's never
filled.
just like holy
Every
shit.
time someone
But once you
moves
get to
up a
like
peg,
the what they call the
someone
B
fills
sides,
in
which
the
are like the
gap
hard
behind
mode,
them.
and the C sides, which are like fucking insane. It's crazy how much you learn. That's what I like about it. Meat Boy is kind of like you kind of know how to play from the first few
Those kinds
stages,
of people.
Yeah.
and there's not a whole lot of mechanics that they add. And I never played like some of the
None
newer. There's like
taken.
what Meat Boy
I
Eternal
love
or
a
something
nugget
like that,
pizza.
or
Oh, really?
We're almost
I don't know
Super
about
Meat Boy
that.
Forever. I think it came out like last year or this year.
Huh.
I don't know if they like added new
You
mechanics
see,
or
Mr.
something, but
Octavius
Celeste
Butler? Look at this
is
fabulous
they will
place.
teach you mechanics throughout the main
Different
story,
and
Yeah.
but you
separate.
know pretty
That's
much
how we
everything from
exist
like the
together
first
in this
stage.
city
Huh.
without
Most of the
all
things.
systems
Okay.
But
breaking
they teach you
down.
mechanics like,
That's
oh,
what they
here's
used to
another
say
little
about
mechanic.
androids,
You
you
know,
know.
you could use
Oh,
this like
don't
later in the game. It's like, oh,
harken
cool,
back
I
to your
didn't.
revolutionary
And you could use it the whole
days
time.
again.
They just
You
like,
have
oh,
rights now,
we're gonna like
just like
almost make you
humans.
use it now.
Uh-huh.
Androids are
But
just a
then you
part
start
of
doing the
society.
harder stages,
No
and then the
empire.
crazy hard
We're all
stages,
the
which you
same
can't even
now.
unlock. What are called the C sides. Can't even unlock them until you beat
You're
every
welcome
single
to give
regular
away
stage
all
and
your
every
money
single
to
super
the
hard
orphans
stage.
and the
Oh,
rat
wow.
children.
And then you get the
You
super
can come
harder
and stay
stages,
in my
and then they
house as long as
then
you
they
take
teach you
off your
even more.
shoes
And it's like,
have
did
a
you know you
shower
could do this?
before
And it's
you
like, what the
touch me.
fuck? No, because it'll be like these
Have
impossible
either of you
rooms that
ever
are like,
actually been
this
to
is
the
actually
mall?
impossible. You
Oh,
can't do this.
heavens no,
And they're like,
dear.
oh, if you
I'm
actually
family
press like
inspired,
this and jump
and
at this
Mr.
time
Octavius Butler is
and
from a
do
very
this, you can
Oh,
actually,
wow.
line of
and it's just like,
androids.
wait, what?
He's descended
That's
And so
from
crazy.
you learn it,
the
and they
first
build you up
models.
slowly, slowly,
what does
slowly,
that mean?
learning these
Why do you
crazy
mention Cora?
things until you
just a
beat the
saying,
stages,
isn't it,
and then you
Mr.
go back to the
Octavius
regular game,
Butler?
and it's like,
In
shit,
a way,
and you could just like
It
fly
means he's
through it,
refined, dear, just
doing
like
these
me.
advanced
We have
techniques
no
that you never would have
prejudice
thought
here.
of,
We're
but they
very
teach you, and
enlightened
you
people
were
in the
possible
city,
the whole
you know.
time.
Yeah,
So it's
you
just
said that
really
before.
satisfying in that
Do
way.
you think the family will still be there when
Huh.
we arrive?
That sounds
But-
really cool. Actually, I'm gonna have to check that out at some point.
It's a great game. If you like a Super Meat Boy, and yeah, like you said, you die, you'll come back immediately. But
I
the
bet
B
they'll be
sides and C
somewhere
sides
nice.
can be a
Not
little like
everyone ends
hair
up in the
pulling
barrel,
frustrating.
you know.
Like what was it? The hardest stage for me, I beat a couple days days ago,
you
but
are
it's definitely the
really
hardest
the
thing that I did in
production
that
of
game,
an
and
old
I
Yeah.
died
salad.
like
No,
780
thanks,
times or something.
Yeah,
Holy
none
shit.
taken. Thank you for
Sounds like a
getting us
nightmare.
to our destination,
Yeah, it was
driver.
like a.
It's been
It
fun
probably
to
took me
drive in a
about
vehicle that's
45,
much
close to an
more
hour.
rustic
It was almost
Okay.
an
than a
hour.
limo. Our painting made it here
Something
safely,
that
too,
if
and
you were
what
like a
lovely
robot or
neighborhood.
something, you could
Quite
do
so.
in, you know, less than 2 minutes.
Maybe this is one of those games you should play on Play the Hits. I don't know.
I might like the main story. I would love to. I'd
Yeah,
be
just
thrilled
like show
to.
me what it's about. You know?
Yeah, the main story would be fine because I could like blow through the main story now. The seasides.
Now suck below.
You can just watch me do one stage and struggle.
And you'll
to
know
talk.
what it's about. You'll know what it's
I
about.
like them.
I recorded.
Yeah, I don't
I'm so
blame
glad
you.
there's like that share feature.
I don't think they
Uh-huh.
would like a
I recorded
Tom
every
or dog.
seaside that
Or
I
anyone
beat
poorer
because I was
than
just like,
them,
oh, so
less
proud, you know.
educated, less
And
well-connected,
you just,
less
I didn't realize
up.
the
Different
I had the
in
PlayStation
any way.
camera
But one of them was
Um,
an android.
plugged in,
I know,
like
Yeah.
for all of these things.
I
Like the
have a
past couple
question.
weeks, I've had it plugged
Go
in.
ahead.
Yeah.
And so looking back on the
Did
videos,
you
it's
really
just
eat
silence
maggot pizza?
and just die,
No,
die, I
Kenneth.
die, I
I'm
die.
playing along.
For like 15 minutes.
Oh, a
And then
joke.
near the end,
laugh
I
at
like
them.
get to the end. I'm
Me
like,
too.
yeah, fuck
It's
you.
all we can
Like,
do.
Fuck you, bitch.
Hmm.
Fuck you. You don't beat
Every-
me. I beat you, bitch.
every
Where's my
video
apartment?
like that.
It makes me nervous.
We can listen to the ad
Let's
streams
see
if you
here.
like.
I forget where I
Are
live.
they interesting?
Like we have all these upgrades for the
Sure,
apartment.
I
I
have
want
no
them.
idea.
About everything we can never afford.
What about
Max, I forget where I
No
live.
thanks. We can check the weather feed if you like.
It's a senior citizen.
you
Like,
Like
oh my
every
God.
geriatric, yeah.
Fine.
Right.
But we're not tuning into any of the Corp
Get out
music
of my
feeds.
house.
They're all ads and Corp approved pop stars.
None of this is
They
your
sound
house.
So empty. Hollow.
how do we find other feeds? I only know about Corp channels.
The radio.
I'm gonna
Kenneth.
try to get back to my
The
apartment.
what?
Oh!
An electromagnetic wave of a
This is why
frequency
we don't
between
drive on the
300
fucking,
kilohertz and 300 megahertz.
The light way
You can
here.
tune that in, right?
Yes, I have found it.
Oh
I'm
god.
hearing it now.
I feel like
Strange.
like
It's the
turns are
easiest
so
way to
hard to make in
broadcast
this
without
game.
The corpse shutting you down.
They really are.
Playing
Like
music with
you
radio waves
take
for
them so
thousands of
slow.
years, you know.
How did you know?
Ugh.
Mom told me if I ever visited Navalis, I should tune into the pirate radio.
Pirate
She
radio.
said
Pirate
it was the
radio.
only good
Something
thing
tells me
about
your
the
mom
city.
was not
Go
a
ahead, play something
law-abiding
over the
citizen.
speakers.
What about this?
I like it. Maybe something a bit more relaxed, though.
I know this one. I like the bit that goes.
Why am I taking music recommendations from Talking Dog?
From a
it's
dog,
nice,
yeah.
Thomas, but let's see what else there is.
He's like Brian from Family Guy. He's like really
Do we
well
know who
read.
this
And
is?
No.
he's just a
It
lot
is
more
radio.
cultured than we are.
Right, sorry. Dumb question.
So what
Do
happens
you
if
like
we're
this
about to
one
run out
more?
of gas and we just
I
have
like
no
this
money?
one.
I like it too, but.
What happens if what?
If we're about to
There's
run out of
one
gas
more.
and we just have no money.
Yes, this is
Oh,
perfect.
that's a good question.
Mom would have liked this.
We
You
have
get like
new
a
job
weird
coming in.
game
From
over
Control?
slash
Right,
bad
start
ending.
from the beginning.
Calls.
God.
The checksum confirms it's Cloudpunk. I have a nav point.
Let's go then.
Oh! Oh!
This is. I could dig this. Not this, but
Oh!
not you crashing.
Chris, you suck. I want to find my apartment. I want to find my damn apartment again. I want to buy a
You
refrigerator.
want to get that? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna buy
That
a
would-
damn refrigerator. So help me
Did you
God.
get the pizza delivery service?
that too? Pizza and a refrigerator
let's
to store all my extra
prioritize-
pizza.
Let's prioritize the food.
Damn it.
My
Shit.
home.
Oh, my home. Okay.
No.
That?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, right there.
No, I don't. Wait, where?
Right here in the middle. I think.
I thought that's what, but I think that's an upside down. thing.
Like that's as far as I can zoom, which is ridiculous.
You're gonna know better than me. I can't see on my screen.
Quality sucks on my end. This is a good game.
Yeah, I can't. It is. I like the just style.
Like it's a kind of it's
Game
like one
has
of those
style.
games that I would just like boot up like 6 months from now after I'm done with it, just to like chill and drive around. It's kind of like in a weird way, it's sort of like Spider-Man on the PS4. Like I'm
Oh,
done
yeah.
with it, like I've beaten everything in it. But I would still just like load it just to like swing
Just to
around
swing
and like
around.
forget my troubles.
Yeah, that's a game where it's just like I didn't use the fast travel too often.
Sweet.
Boom.
There you
Okay,
go.
we already got the pizza delivery service, so
Oh, okay, sweet.
let's buy a doghouse for
Ah,
a dog.
that's good.
There we go.
The dog you don't have.
No, we got a
Not
dog.
really.
He's just a talking dog.
He's a car.
He is what we make him. Okay, cool. Now we can go into first person and check out our apartment up close. And we got a balcony here. Did I want to fucking live here? I'd be
Yeah,
down for
man.
that.
I don't think she has it pretty good.
It's kind of like
Even
when
though-
people say they have like a shitty New York apartment, but they have like a fucking balcony and it's
In
like
New
overlooking
York?
the Brooklyn Bridge or something. It's like, screw you, dude. You don't know what a shitty apartment is. My first apartment in college, which I don't think you ever saw. I know you saw the one that I had my senior year,
Yeah.
but the one before that, oh my god, like it was like, you know, like Spider-Man 2, where Tobey Maguire has like the Russian, you know, landlord, and he like dicks him over all the time.
Yeah.
Like that was
Was that
mine, except
basically-
mine was like a hillbilly dude. You know? Like,
Wow.
like,
Was that your senior when we did your bachelor party? Was that senior year?
No. That was when I was
Was
in
that-
seminary.
Well, that was after. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that was way after.
Because I'm trying to remember.
No, so my junior year, for the second half of it, I had an apartment because I just couldn't take the dorms anymore.
Yeah.
And like there was one time where like my shower head like fell off and water was like exploding everywhere, and like, you know, I turned it off, but it just kept coming.
Oh wow.
And I called my landlord, and this is like, like the earliest I can get there is at noon. Are you comfortable going down into the boiler room and turning off the water for the second floor? I'm like, no, I'm not comfortable going down to the boiler room and turning the water off for the second floor. Like, fine. I'm like, what do you mean fine, dude? I like pay you rent. This is like
This is your job.
this is what you do. I'll see if I can get a guy on short notice. They're not gonna like it. Like, okay, are you gonna like it when your fucking floor is ruined in my apartment?
Like, yeah, this is gonna like flood.
And like, I think I only got like half my deposit back or something like that, which was shitty because like he found like, you can't hang posters in here. It could take the paint right off, but it didn't take the paint right off.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
this
always
guy
how it
was an
goes with
asshole.
the security deposits.
Yeah.
They'll find
Fortunately,
anything.
like, it was like a cheap ass apartment, like in Podunk, Defiance, Ohio. So it was like, I
Yeah.
think the deposit was like $200, and I got $100 back.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, nice.
but you know, I mean, for like a college junior, you know, you're like, okay, I could think of a lot of things I could do with $100, but
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure. The first apartment I lived in. This is college when I first started going to NIU. Oh man, this was back January like 2008.
Dude, I
Only
fucking
lived there
miss
for about
college. We were
6
so
months.
old.
Yeah, seriously. Can't believe how long ago that was.
No, because like when I think of myself, like I still think like I have something in common with college students. I don't.
No.
But sorry, go on. Tell your story before
you're
we
like
lament here.
you're like 2 phases of life beyond that now.
Oh my
like,
god, I know.
You're not even like the young adult who's graduated.
No, like I'm
has a
not
job
even like,
anymore.
you know, like I you know, like you just graduated, but you still have some friends there, so you get invited to campus parties sometimes. No, like I would get arrested on site. You want to party?
Oh shit.
Sorry, go ahead.
And that's the thing is like having like a college style party, like obviously at college, but there was some good years like afterwards where even in my mid 20s, you know, still doing that stuff. Not as often, but it's just like, oh yeah, this feels like a college party. Shit.
Right?
Not anymore.
No, man, I just want to sleep. I just want to like go to bed at like 11 o'clock and, you know, wake up at 7
I
feeling
get it.
well rested.
I mean, I know we're going through a pandemic, but it's like I really miss these. Just having a party, like when I host a party or something, it's like, yeah, invite some of my closest friends, and we'll have like maybe 6, 8 people, 10 people at the very most. But usually it would be like 6 or 8 or something. I miss these parties where it'd just be like, yeah,
driving
it's like
into
here's all my
traffic.
coworkers and
Sorry, go
their
ahead.
friends and
Yeah.
some people I knew from college, and it would be like 20, 30 people easy. And it's just like, and then just talking to people you don't know, you
Right.
know, and that's, yeah.
Dude, Max,
feel
you
like
don't have
those days are done.
COVID. I don't have COVID. Just come over here. Let's party.
That's
just you and me
This
party.
is how COVID happens.
No. I'm saying like just you and me. Like we'll have a 2-man party. We'll order some pizza. We'll have some beers.
Dude, that actually, yeah, that sounds great.
We'll sneak off and make out. And, you know, we'll come back. Done like nothing happened, and then like awkwardly not talk to each other for the rest of the party.
Yeah, your birthday was fun. What was that place? The place we went
Cade?
to after the what was it?
The Cade.
The Cade. That was it.
Oh,
What?
I don't think I answered that the right way. No, dude, I love the kid. Well, obviously I haven't been back since because of COVID. I wonder if like that might be one of those places where like it's really hard for them to stay in business.
Yeah.
Because like their whole like the cabinets are shoulder to shoulder.
Exactly. Like, how are you even gonna social? Or you could, but are you gonna be turning a profit? Like,
Yeah, right.
that
makes me
sad.
really sad. Like, because I would go back there in a heartbeat, like if there was a guarantee that I wouldn't get COVID, but like right now, no.
Yeah.
I'm
no such
sure, like with the
guarantee.
college students back in town, they're finding excuses to stay open.
Oh yeah. It's
But,
sad. Some of the places that have closed, and they've said like, no, we're closed for good. Like, we
I
can't-
know.
we
That
can't pay
fucking
the
sucks,
rent.
dude. Like we've
And
had like
it's-
a couple pizza places and like like the my favorite hero place in town closed.
Hero place.
Yeah, like Greek.
Like a sub.
Yeah.
Oh.
no,
Gotcha,
no,
gotcha.
like falafel and kebabs and
That's
yeah,
sad.
like it was actually called falafels and it closed. I'm
Oh.
deeply depressed.
Ugh. Some mom and pops that are like closing, but even some of the like this ritzy place we've only been to once, but we wanted to go back. It was like for our second anniversary or something like that.
Yeah.
Z451, and it's like a Brazilian steakhouse kind of place, but it was just so good, and
Yeah.
I'll have to go on foot.
it was
It's pretty
pricey
far
and
from
stuff,
the
but
parking bay.
a
Yeah.
place I
I
wouldn't
will
think
stay
would
here and play
be
the waiting game.
What's the
so
waiting
susceptible
game?
to be closing down, and it was
I
like a
guess how
month.
long it takes for
Yep,
me
we're
to
closed
get
forever.
bored.
It's like, oh
Oh,
When
what
I
a
get
bummer.
never get to go back because
I
we didn't
start
get.
the
They had
game
this
again.
really nice patio,
Right.
and we're
I'll
wanted
try
to
to be
wanted to
quick.
do that, and that's never gonna happen. But
Did Sarah and I ever take you to C3 in Bloomington?
what is that?
That's our favorite place in town. It's like a more upscale version of Cardinal Spirits. I know we've taken you to Cardinal.
Oh, Cardinal Spirit. No, Cardinal Spirits is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, Cardinal is great, and they're actually still doing well because they're doing like take-home cocktails, like where you mix them yourself.
Oh,
So
nice.
they-
oh, that's right. You told me about that.
Yeah, so they
And
like
also,
they
it
sell
seemed
the
like they have a
alcohol
big-
like bottled and sealed, so you know it's like buying it from a liquor store, and then they
They
just
also
like
have a big outside space, don't they?
they do, but that's not like being really utilized. They're pretty much doing all
okay.
like takeout stuff, which is really cool, and they're doing a good job of it. But then C3
That's good.
is
They could transition to that.
yeah, C3 is kind of the opposite of that, where they are doing like dine in, but they're like going over the top with the COVID precautions. Like they spaced out all their tables and they really like maximize their patio, and it's really well done. But
That's good.
You know, like C3 is the kind of like when I think about like the places that I would drink in college, it was always like, you know, it's not dangerous because I'm a white male and it was rural Ohio, but at the
Yeah.
same time, like they were just, you know, like
Divey.
lowbrow like dive bars basically, right?
Gotcha.
Like C3 is like the exact opposite of that. It's kind of like it looks like money, but it's not like over the top expensive. It's
Okay.
you know, like their most expensive cocktails will probably run you about $10 to $12, but you know you can also find stuff in the $5
Okay.
to $8 range.
So is it more college student, townie, mixture?
Probably like this is where the professors would go to drink.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, once you said those prices, I was
it
like,
markets
okay,
itself
I guess.
is much more upscale and quiet, which is good. But you know, it's not like
Camus,
you know,
shit.
did you get bored?
I'm not wealthy,
No,
but
it is
we can
true.
afford to drink there.
I am being stolen.
Your
Shit,
car's being
really? Lock the
stolen.
doors.
Oh, good.
They are already inside.
Oh, good.
Tell them to get out. Threaten them.
God
Pretend
damn it.
you have an anti-theft subroutine.
They
You're a
can't
talking
hear you.
dog. Stall
can't
them.
hear-
Eye on speaker.
Stall them
Damn
for
it.
a second.
I am taking off. I am frightened.
No,
Deactivate the Hava.
Can't.
dog.
Hacked.
Hava
Dog.
Automata eject custom personality Camus data
No.
drive.
Eject? What if I fall into the ocean?
You had a good
You'll
run.
Float, I think.
You think? What if I get...
Fucking
Damn
dog.
it, eject
Taking off with
Camus
my
data
car.
drive, now.
This is not happening.
Activated and ejected.
Camus.
What?
Camus.
Now did they just drown my dog?
Shit. Think, Rania. Think. The drive. It should be registered to
Oh
me.
God.
I can track it on my comm.
All right, well, Max, next time on Play the Hits, I think we're gonna
That took a turn.
fish our dog out of the river here. Oh God. All right, we'll see you next time.
See you then.